Good day everyone, and welcome to the Transport for Sydney Vlogs channel. I'm currently in Carlingford, not too far from where the light rail stop is, which is just down in the distance there. In this video, what I'll be doing is I'll be showing you guys around the Carlingford light rail stop, just to give you all a bit of an update as to what is currently there, and then I'll make my way down to the Telopea stop to show you guys that as well. So yeah, just currently standing in front of the buffer stop where the line ends at the Carlingford terminus. So yeah, I'm just going to start my journey now. So basically what I'll be doing today is I'll be filming an entire walkthrough from Carlingford all the way down to the Tramway Avenue stop. Up until this point, the Carlingford to Tramway Avenue section is the section that I've not yet filmed a walkthrough of. Back in October last year, I started at the Westmead terminus and then finished off at Fennell Street from memory. And then I came back the following month in November and filmed a walkthrough from Fennell Street through the Parramatta CBD and then out to Tramway Avenue. Today, I'll basically be covering the remaining section that I've not yet covered, which is from Carlingford down to Tramway Avenue. I did hear a few months ago that this active transport link, which I'm working on right now, it's basically a shared pathway for pedestrians, cyclists, runners, walkers. And yeah, it opened a few months ago. So yeah, now it's actually possible to walk along the entire light rail line, starting from Carlingford all the way down to Tramway Avenue. So yeah, because of that reason, I decided to come down here today and film the rest of the walkthrough videos. I'll just try to hover my phone over the fence here. So yeah, basically that's a bit of a view as to what the Carlingford light rail stop currently looks like. There's two platforms. Looks like we've got a temporary buffer on the platform on the eastern side, the side I'm standing on right now. And then you also got this wooden, cool, yeah. You also got these two wooden buffer stops here as well. I don't know if they'll stay there, but yeah, I guess they look like they'll remain there for now. Yeah, this is basically what the Carlingford stop looks like. You've got platform canopies on both ends, which look pretty much finished now. The exact same canopies that you'll see at all the other stops along the Parramatta Light Rail. So yeah, I'm liking how they're very consistent with the design of these light rail stops. You've got the Carlingford sign. You also got PIDs, which is currently wrapping right now. Also platform benches, that's also covered up. And then on the other side here of this wall will be a ticket machine. And yeah, looks like both platform canopies seem to be at a similar length. And you also got steel column supports as well in line with each other. Now the Carlingford sign, bins, and I think I see a signal there, which is currently wrapped up. Got a speed sign, 20 k's an hour. So yeah, that's basically what the Carlingford light rail stop currently looks like. Looks pretty much finished. I don't think there's too much further work that needs to be required until the stop is fully ready. Also, I noticed that overhead wires have already been installed along with cantilevers in this area at least. So yeah, that's facing Carlingford light rail stop. Now facing in the other direction. If you look further up ahead, you'll notice that the tracks merge to become a single track as you head underneath the Pennant Hills Road Bridge. And then I believe on the other side it will then split off and become double track again. So this area, the track bed is all filled with ballast and track sleepers. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure if the tracks are the exact same gauge as the ones that were used by our double deckers when they were still running on the Carlingford line. See, I'm not entirely sure about that, but it doesn't look too much wider or too much narrower than what it would have looked like back when our double deckers were still actually running up here. So yeah, that's that. I'm now going to start my journey to Telopea. If I do notice anything interesting along the way, I'll mention it and just, I guess, comment on it. But yeah. So I've been wanting to actually film the rest of these walkthrough videos from Carlingford down to Tramway Avenue for a few months now, since I heard that the active transport link I'm working on right now has actually opened up on this end of the line. I'm not too sure if it was open before, but I think from what I read it was fenced off, so it would have been a bit hard to film the videos that I'm going to be filming today before this active transport link had actually opened. But now that it's opened up and pedestrians can actually use it, yeah, it makes it much easier. And it runs adjacent to the light rail along all the way down to Tramway Avenue. So it's not like I have to veer off onto a nearby road and then maybe not be able to see the line. So yeah, at least I'll be able to film more of an unobstructed walkthrough video now that this pedestrian pathway is open. I was actually planning on filming these walkthrough videos back last month, I think the middle weekend of July. I think July 15th was a Saturday. I was actually planning on coming down here and filming these walkthrough videos. These walkthrough videos as in the rest of the way from Carlingford to Tramway Avenue. However, I did find out the evening before that 3801 was going to perform a mainline trial run down to Wollongong. I remember seeing the Facebook post from Transport Heritage New South Wales, and then when I found out about it, obviously I just couldn't help myself, with 3801 being one of my favourite trains to go and see on any given day. So I was kind of telling myself, yeah, I've been wanting to film these walkthrough videos for a while now, but again, 3801's not going to be on the south coastline every weekend, so I thought that maybe I could have delayed these walkthrough videos, and then yeah, I just made a decision to go and see 3801 that day, so I made the trek down to the Gong and saw 3801. But yeah, initially I was actually planning on filming these videos a month ago, but yeah, due to other special events, heritage trains and tours happening on the network, I decided to prioritize those instead, and I just haven't come around to filming these walkthrough videos up until this weekend. And then the weekend after 3801 was on the south coastline, it also ran again the Newcastle Flyers up to Newcastle. So I kind of prioritized that on that weekend. And then the weekend after that, which was last weekend, I just couldn't film these walkthrough videos as I was quite busy and had an assignment to finish. So yeah, and then today, luckily enough, I've got some free time this morning, and there's nothing else happening out down the rail network that is of too much interest. Yeah, just your typical track work. So yeah, just past the Pennant Hills Road Bridge there up ahead. Still a single track here, but just about here it then splits off and diverges to become double track again. Speed limit's 35 kilometers on this section, as indicated by the blue sign here. And yeah. So how I'm going to be uploading these videos is that rather than filming the entire walkthrough from Carlingford to Tramway Avenue in one video, I'll be probably separating them into like 4 or 5 different videos, which I'll most likely be uploading over the next week and a half. So yeah, in this video, I'll cover at least down to the Telopea stop, and then depending on time, I'll see if I'll continue with this part or if I'll stop this video and start a new part. I do like to keep these walkthrough videos to around 15 minutes, 20 max. I don't want to keep them too long. So yeah, depending on how long it takes for me to walk from one stop to another, I'll adjust or I guess I'll try to control the duration of these videos accordingly, just so each video is not too long. I notice the distance between light rail stops on the Carlingford end seem to be much further apart than the stops on the Westmead end. I remember when I was covering the Westmead end back late last year, it took me 15 minutes to cover or to walk from one stop to like another 2 stops. However, here I noticed from Carlingford to Telopea it's quite a long distance. Could take around 15-20 minutes just to get there. And then from Telopea to the following stop, Dundas, is also quite a long distance as well. So yeah, it most likely will be that in each of these videos I'll just walk from one stop to the next, and then I'll probably stop each video and start the next part. As I just said before, the distance between stops on this end is much further than on the Westmead side. I do understand that walking from Carlingford to Tramway Avenue is quite long, but on the day I do enjoy walking, and I can walk quite a long way. So I was looking forward to today's walk. So yeah, when on walks I'm really looking forward to. It's much easier, I feel, to walk a long distance without your legs getting too tired from all the walking. But yeah, I'm quite liking this pedestrian pathway right now. It's quite nice and spacious, and you get a good view of the light rail line as well. So the Carlingford line was in operation by Sydney Trains until early January 2020. Unfortunately, I'd only started filming videos from like February, March that year, just before COVID hit. So unfortunately, I wasn't around to film any videos on the Carlingford line when they were still in operation, or this line was still operated by our double deckers. So it's a bit unfortunate. I never got to film any of my own videos on the Carlingford line when our double deckers are still running. I see a 70-kilometre speed limit sign. So yeah, and then from that pole towards Carlingford, or towards the section where the 2 tracks merge to form a single track, it will then be 60 k's an hour. So throughout this year, I don't think I've actually filmed a single light rail video besides the one I filmed up in Newcastle with the rear cab view a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, I do admit that so far this year I haven't filmed much metro, much light rail, buses. Haven't filmed a single ferry video as well. It's mainly been trains. That's really where my passion lies. I did grow up familiarizing myself and understanding our double-decker network. That's why 95% of my videos tend to be on the existing heavy rail network. However, I do enjoy filming other modes of transport every now and then, such as metro, light rail, buses, etc. But yeah, maybe those videos have been lacking this year, as I just have been prioritizing other videos on our existing rail network, such as heritage trains, such as other accessibility upgrades, and just haven't come around to filming much light rail or much metro as of late. But I think I do see myself filming more metro videos once the line from Chatwell to Sydenham opens next year, and I also see myself filming light rail videos much more frequently once the Parramatta Light Rail opens. Once this line does open, it will be the closest light rail line to where I am. It's a bit of a trek for me to get to the city just to film like the L1, the L2 and the L3. And obviously I'm not based in Newcastle, so yeah, I rarely film light rail videos up there, and I've only filmed a few in my lifetime up until this date. But yeah, starting from this video, I'll try to mix it up a little more, maybe take some attention away from our existing network and filming and uploading videos of other modes of transport here more frequently than just like once every 2 or 3 months. Got some fencing up ahead. Wonder what that's for. Oh, okay, I think it might just be a level crossing, so you can actually cross here to get to the other side. Okay. So it looks like we've got a level crossing here. You can basically cross from this end to the other end. If you want to access the street on the other side. It's fenced off right now though, so you can't actually walk across. So still a double track section, still filled with ballast. Looks like the overhead wiring has been installed. I'm guessing it's finished all the way down to Tramway Avenue, or hopefully. If I notice any changes, like a transition from a ballast track bed to, like, say, concrete, I'm aware that there are a few concrete track bed sections between Carlingford and Tramway Avenue. I will point that out and I guess just provide a brief commentary on it. So I'm 18 minutes into this clip now. I spent around 7 minutes or so at the Carlingford Light Rail stop, so this video is already quite long. So what I'll definitely do is I'll stop this video once I get to the Telopea stop, and then I'll start the next part, in which I'll then cover from Telopea down to Dundas, which is the following stop after Telopea. I'll just quickly head over to the fence here. Cool. I just saw the Telopea stop in the distance. That's facing towards Carlingford. You guys can probably see the Telopea stop in the distance now. It's just around a couple of 100 meters up ahead. This light rail stop is at the exact same location as where the old Telopea railway station was. So they basically just converted the station into a light rail stop. I can already see that the platform canopies are exactly the same design as the ones at Carlingford, and would be the same as the ones at all the other Parramatta Light Rail stops as well. So just like Carlingford, this stop has two platforms, so the tracks run through the centre. What I'll do is I'll stop this video now and cover the Telopea stop in my next part. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this one up now. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, like and favourite this video, and I will see you next time.